just saw how beautiful it was, and I realized that Montessori was really a psychology dealing with children, a psychology for life. And so it was always kind of in the back of my head that I'd want to do the Montessori training.
Then I had my my first daughter, and I learned about Montessori, and I realized I didn't want to go back to the foreign ministry, so I meditated on what it was that I wanted to do, where I could contribute most. What I do during my free time is read about child education, and that it's the child that you have to start with to really, if you want to change the world.
It was actually an internet search I did on online programs because I live in the United Arab Emirates, and it's really hard for me to get Montessori training in Abu Dhabi where I live. So I was looking at 2 other courses, and I read a comment about Age of Montessori, and I thought, well, I'll check this out.
I got invited to a book signing event in Riga, and the book signing was by Mary Ellen. Her book was translated into Latvian, and of course I went there, and I actually brought all of our teachers at the school that time. And there was a seminar too that we attended, and we went to that 2-day seminar. We were so inspired.
Last summer, I was here in Bozeman, and my friend asked me, she said, "So are you still teaching Spanish at Montessori Centro?" I said, "Yes, I'm still teaching Spanish." And she said, "Why did you become certified?" "I'm working with H Montessori. I'm faculty with H Montessori." And she gave me the website, and I had read other websites, about other websites, but none of them really convinced me. But when I read the H Montessori website, some of the things that I read, the transformation started right there.
That was exactly what I had been looking for. Teachers were inspired, so we quickly made lots of changes in our classrooms, whatever we could, because it was, even though it was an average preschool with the Montessori methods in mind, but still no formal training, nothing like that. So I got so inspired, and that's where I learned about Age of Montessori from Mary Ellen. And 2 months later, in April, I looked up, I found the school, I contacted Robert, and learned about all, what it takes, what it involves, and that's how a year later, I'm here in Bozeman.
And it led me to Montessori live video from last year, and that's the reason it just called to me, because there's a magic in Montessori that I remember from my childhood, and they were talking about experiencing it for the first time, and I thought, how lucky I was to have that experience. And when I talked to the other people in the program about their childhood, they don't have that beautiful memory of learning letters, and like I did with the sandpaper letters, or geometry with the geometric solids.
The transformation started right there. I mean, some of the spiritual, the spiritual preparation that talks on the website, my eyes were like tearing. I was like, this is it, and that's how I told my wife, I'm gonna get enrolled.
Montessori talks about clarity of concept and materialized abstractions, like things that are very kind of like theoretical and up in the air, and then bringing them down and really making them concrete for the child. And I feel that that's kind of what's happened to me this year too, is that I've worked in Montessori, and I've seen the materials, and I've been around Montessori teachers, and so I've had all these things floating around in my head, and then I feel like going through that course just really brought it down to earth, just really grounded it and really solidified it.
I'm a former university teacher, and I did teach some Moodle courses, and this is a Moodle course that knows what it's doing. because it's involving everyone, there's interaction, and it's creating a community. Without saying, let's create community, it does it in a very informal manner, and that's really what I loved about the H. Montessori to begin with. I just could sense that it was real. There wasn't any kind of airs about it. It was simply about, we love children, we're here because we love children, and we want to convey this message to the world of peace, community, and harmony.